For decades, scientists have been studying viruses in the hopes of understanding the world around us. From Louis Pasteur's work developing vaccines in the 19th century to the efforts of scientists during the recent COVID pandemic, virus discovery has been revolutionizing modern medicine. In today's video, I want to talk about one of these newly discovered viruses called Pax Mycesfermentum, or Pax for short. First seen in 2014, Pax has been found in 12 bioprojects hosted on the Sequence Read archive, where scientists go to put the data they generate in their RNA-seq experiments with the latest project in 2022. However, it wasn't until 2025 that a student in Dr. Artem Babayan's class gave a name to this virus. This might seem shocking, but tons of viruses go uncategorized each year. The reason for that is that not all viruses have a clear effect that will affect the experiment they're found in, and there aren't enough researchers to give attention to every single virus. However, in today's age of big data, cross-referencing different experiments and tool results can allow even a student with just a laptop to be a scientist. Using tools like Ceratus and BLAST, this is exactly what the scientists investigating Pax Mycesfermentum did. Using the palm print sequence from Ceratus, they used BLAST-P to identify similar sequences to figure out the possible identity of this virus. From these matches, they were able to narrow down a possible family Pax belonged to, the Narnaviridae family. The Narnaviridae family is a very simple one. Without a capsid, virion, or structural proteins, these viruses are typically composed of a single naked RNA genome around 2,300 to 2,700 nucleotides long. This genome encodes only the RNA-dependent RNA polymerase, or RDRP for short, which they use to infect their hosts. When they looked at Pax's genome, this is exactly what the scientists found. After assembling the virus's genome, they found a single open reading frame encoding the RDRP with common Narnaviridae motifs and domains. When they compared this genome to other Narnaviruses, they also found these sections conserved, confirming their suspicions that Pax was a Narnavirus. At this point, you might be wondering, so what exactly is Pax's function? It's all well and good that scientists were able to figure out what type of virus it is, but what does it actually do? That's a great question, and unfortunately, even the scientists aren't sure yet. Pax was first seen in 2014, but it wasn't until a paper in 2018 that it got more attention. This paper was a study on the effects of a new strain of Saccharomyces cerevisiae, more commonly known as yeast, on the efficiency of fermentation using sorghum stalks to create bioethanol. In this study, Pax was found in the new strain that improved fermentation, but it was only in one of the two samples that did so. Similar results were found in the other studies Pax was spotted in. In 2022, it was sequenced in a study examining the effect of flocculation in yeast on fermentation and growth, but was identified in both the flocculating and non-flocculating strains. In 2021, it was also found in a study comparing the gene networks of wild yeast to identify lifespan differences. However, in this case, Pax was only found in one of many replicates. Outside of yeast, Pax was also seen in studies investigating fermentation in cacao beans and buckwheat, as well as other papers looking at mice, humans, bees, rice, and aquatic plants. One interesting thing scientists found in these studies was 2 cases of Pax appearing in one run of an experiment on a sample, but disappearing in a replicate for that same sample. While it's likely this could be a simple contamination or experimental design issue, it's possible that this could give us clues regarding the virus's method of transmission. Scientists currently hypothesize that Pax might be a case where a virus just doesn't have an associated phenotype, which is supported by the fact that this is a common occurrence for Narnaviruses, but they can't be sure yet because there just isn't enough data. With time, we can only hope that the mystery around Pax becomes clearer. One thing's for sure though, as science progresses, virus discovery and digital tools will only become more and more important, and hopefully also more and more accessible. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on Virus X Discovery. Like and subscribe to get updates on our next video.